Hey, what up, brother? I send you the link. It's there. Try the second one if you want to come in. I'm just waiting for people to come in. Surprised nobody's here, but I posted yesterday. So give me a second. Don't forget to share it so people can come in. I don't know. You should get like 15 people. So let me get back to the camera. Try the new lighting effects and different stuff. Hope the mic is working. I don't know. I don't think this mic is reading out or whatever. Let me make sure you can hear me real good. You got on my phone. Man, it's fucking hot in this room. Okay, where's my channel? Okay, yeah, you can hear me. Give me a second, folks. I'm fixing everything. All right, thanks everybody for coming in. I sent the link. Okay, thank you. Can you hear me? Hey, what up, brother? Thanks for coming in. I like the videos you're making. I like the speaking case that you got. Can't go wrong with speaking. Speaking is one of the good brands for cases and everything. Hey, what up, Savage? Oh, you changed your name. Develop. That makes sense. Hey, Barry. Cool, cool. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. So I'm gonna do my famous intro, as you know. And give me a second. Try to fix this a little bit. Are y'all ready? Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Repeat again. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. This is Tech for Your Needs. Welcome to the live stream. Let's get it together. Let's go. Let's have fun. Yeah, brother. I like your videos. Give me a second. Bear with me. Something came up. Let me put this on second for a second while technical difficulty. Why did... Okay. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, my apologies. I don't know, dual stream or whatever came up on my iPad. So I'm doing this from my iPad. Hey, holla at your boy. Great content creator. Go check his videos. When everybody is a content creator over here, go check everybody's video. Yeah, so give me a second. Bear with me before I get started. The subject today that we're going to talk about is about live streaming. And I want to talk about that because it takes a lot to live stream. People don't understand that. Give me a break, water. Salute to the tech preacher. So yeah, let me break it down. Live streaming, you can live stream on a budget, and you can be, and that's all you need. You don't need to break the bank. First, let me go with the gear, and then you can start live streaming with your phone. There's free apps like this one, StreamYard, and you can start walking. Hey, sister, thanks for coming in. Salute. So yeah, so you can start live streaming coming in, but it takes a special person to live stream. And let me just hone on that and take it from there. So the thing that I'm saying, you can start with your phone and live stream. There's plenty of different apps that give you a couple of hours per month to live stream for free. I'll take some of them and put it on the description below. Yeah, because I'm breaking it down because the equipment, you don't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be expensive. Hey, Sharky FinTech, thanks for coming in. Look, let's be real. On a Let me get out of here and discuss it, and I'll get back to the comment. You could be on a budget and roll on a budget and still get your live stream get your live stream out. So you can start with your phone. That's the first thing, and then you can wait up when you get more budget. Like I said, I'm an advocate of no excuses. Let's do it and let's get it done. So that's one thing. So yeah, so now the second thing is once you get your equipment, the most important thing is audio. The key is audio. If your audio is not on point, people is gonna be like, "Oh, hold up, I need to leave." Audio is the source of everything. People could deal with crappy video and stuff like that and still maintain. Oh, the topic is good enough. The thing is flow and everything. So let me point out myself second and start with you because it take a lot. Now let's go to the person. Once you understand the gear and you got your gear up to par and you've been doing it for a while, now let's talk about the personality and everything. It takes a lot to live stream. It's not easy to live stream. Some of us live stream with groups, some of us live stream mixed. But let me break it down. Live streaming by yourself, it gives you a different perspective. You can learn on different subjects. For example, you learn how to look at the camera, how to integration, how to integrate, whatever you pronounce that word. And I'm not talking to the camera, I'm talking to y'all. You see how easy it is that. But some people are, oh, I can't live stream, I'm afraid of speaking. You're okay, yeah, it's sort of like public speaking, but you're not in front of the people. You're in the camera. Why you need to be afraid of your equipment? What is so hard about that? Let me get it close. Why you need to be afraid of your equipment? It's just equipment. Talk to it. Live streaming is the best form of video. I like the engagement and everything. To be honest, that's how I see it. Engaging with your audience. At first, I was like, oh, this and that. I'm scared to live stream. I said that a couple of times, but then I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Why am I afraid? It's just material. Let's take it back. I analyzed myself, composed myself, wrote a couple of notes down why I'm having this anxiety and being afraid of live streaming. If it's just an interaction. Come on, brother, you could do it. That's how I talk to myself. What is so hard? Just talking to the camera. You see, once you get your equipment, because you got to get your equipment, and sometimes, you don't have the best budget, but you got to start. Once you start, you'll figure out. That's what I did. I didn't have the best setup or nothing. I'm working. I'm improving. It's all about starting. If you don't hit the record button, you're not going to progress. You're not going to get better. That's just the key of everything in general in life. You got to hit the record button in order to get better. If you don't do the process, you're not going to get better at the process. It's just the perfect analogy. When you're a baby, what's the first thing you learn? How to crawl before walk and how many times you fall. I never asked that. I'm not going to preach about, preach about, motivation. No. I'm going to just leave it as that. But that's what I want to say. The more you do, the more you hone your skills. You got to be personable. You got to be fun. You got to be engaging like right now. I invite a couple of people. I'm not sure if they're coming, but if they come as far. If not, I'll roll with myself. I still got to continue to produce. I'm producing on the air. Let me see what people are saying in case I missed something. Chime in. Chime in on your questions and everything, and I'll answer to my best ability. Give me tips and trips and stuff like that, because you got to be personable. Hey, come closer. Follow me. If you like what you see, follow my journey. You see how easy was that and personable? It's just not difficult. But some people are like, I can understand if you're first live streaming, it's cool. I understand. But if you're doing it for a while, oh, hi, my name is Mark. Hi, my name is Carlos. Well, today we're gonna talk about no, not of the robotic monotone stuff. Just be you. God created one of you. Even if you're twin, you're still one of you. You're one of a kind. What's the point of being you? It's not hard. I just don't understand. That's why I'm breaking into different scenario and different situations to people. That's what I'm trying to say. Live streaming is just it's a different ball game, but it's the best form of medium of video. I like live streaming. I forced myself to go solo to get better. Move this out of the thing. Due to the fact, due to the fact that I did it like that, and I invite people off and on just to break it down to have the conversation. What I'm doing with this is practicing by myself, forcing myself. You know, I can't be like, oh, I gotta hit this, this, and that. I gotta worry about this and that, this and that. And before we continue, let's keep this PG. Let's have fun. If you're part of the replay crew, don't forget to hit like, comment, and those stuff. I forgot to put all that. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of platform. It's just you. You are the point of all this. There's my Cash App. Donations are welcome. It's not mandatory. If you want to, I appreciate it. If not, it's fine. Once I hit 100, I'm gonna do a giveaway. It's something that I enjoy and I use it all the time. So therefore, I'm just gonna give it because there's a bunch of creators over here. So I want to give back because these people rock with me. So let me get back over here to the comments. So yeah, so the thing is just you gotta understand because look, once you own your equipment, hone your equipment, you understand the different microphones, dynamic, corridor, and stuff like that, and you give your best quality sound quality. Then you gotta work on this person because that's the stuff that people come for on the live stream. Give me a second, folks. Little hot in this room. I can't put the AC back in this room because the fire escape is right there. So therefore, it's a hazard for safety. Try to get out in case of a fire. Hey, Tex, thanks for coming in, my brother. So yeah, so I got a question to the chat because everybody's a content creator. What you found the most difficult of live streaming? Or rather say why you haven't live streamed by yourself if you do it with a group. I just want to know different opinions and the people just to gather information so we can continue a conversation. I mean, it's much easier with a group because you can bounce back, but I want to know why you haven't done it by yourself or why you do it this format and why you do it this way and this way. And I don't know. I want to know why. That's the thing that I'm trying to strive this narration because not everybody's built to be a live streamer. So yeah, so that's what basically that I'm breaking down. Let me make sure everything's correct. So yeah. So let me give you a perfect example and break it down of a boring monotone person and stuff like that. Okay, it's fun with others. Let's break it down. Before I do that example, I want to own on this. Yes, 100% I agree, my brother. LaShawn, holla at your boy. You 500% correct. It's fun. But sometimes I do it myself due to the fact that I also give you a leverage and help you when you are by yourself recording your videos because you learn how to talk to the camera. Yeah, it's difficult. I'm not going to say it's easy, but I'm trying my best to my best ability. Yeah, you stream as solo, but you also could from time to time bring somebody and talk about a subject, and that also bring different dynamic and different stuff. And it is fun with a lot of people. I'm not gonna deny that, but sometimes solo is give you a lot of perspective and different skills, and you own different skills on different areas. On different areas, clarify that. Yeah, I don't mind folks joining in. Yeah, because if it's a particular subject and stuff like that, then it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do. I mean, that's what I tell people. So now let me get back to my example. Let me role play. Let me drink water and get into a little skit. I'm gonna use my nickname Nano, and Lewis, my real name. I'm Lewis, and Nano is my friend. So Nano, I need to talk to you. I'm going to live stream, but I'm scared. I don't know if my topic is going to be engaging or fun. Is people that's going to be looking at me in the camera. I don't want to freeze up because it's my first time. And if I do it bad, then I'll get a bad rep. And then my reputation is down. Negative right there. You're stopping yourself from succeeding because you don't want to hit the record button because you're afraid of what could happen the first time. You are your worst critic and your worst enemy. That's what I'm saying. I was like that before. I had to have the pet talk. Now you do it. Hello, folks. My name is Tech for Eunice. Today's topic is I remember live streaming. Do you have any question? You can't be all that. Nah, be yourself. Be just normal. Look, this is me. This is who I am. Like me or not, this is me. I'm presenting myself. It's simple. Sometimes I just don't get the afraid of the object. It's an object. It's not killing you. You're talking to the object, but therefore there's people behind that, and therefore you can produce and stuff like that. Give me a second. I think a sneeze is coming on. My apology. I didn't want to sneeze in front of the camera. So yeah, that's what I told people, and that's what I'm trying to explain to people. People just sometimes they be like, "Oh, I can't do it," and this and that. Yeah, I take notes from everybody. Everybody's live streaming. I take notes, no matter what's the subject or not. I study human behavior, how the human That's what I've been studying that for the past 4 years. How interact, how to move around, how to do it on camera, how to do it in real life. That's the skills that I want to own. I want to get better, on stuff like that. And that's what I'm doing. I'm always taking notes everywhere. So honestly. Not everybody can carry an actual live stream. Not everybody can carry it. There's people that have been with. Oh, let me break it down. Let me read this. Oh yeah, you gotta cover yourself. You don't want nothing come out. You know what I mean, brother. But I digress. Not the subject. Also on live stream, you gotta be careful when you invite people. Say you having fun with a person, but sometimes the person take over your live stream. And blah 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 blah, and then you don't put a sense on your live stream, then the person's taking over. Yes, it's good to bring people on the live stream, but you also got to get the control. You are the host. Now that you're being rude, yeah, give the proper etiquette and let the people talk and have chance, but you got to have back and forth. Sometimes I'm guilty of this. Sometimes I interrupt the person. Sometimes I'm guilty of that. I'm working on that. I admit to that, but sometimes you got to interrupt the person due to the fact that you gotta, in jail because you gotta talk for hours, and then people are gonna be like falling asleep and then people are gonna leave because that person's taking over. I seen it happen to me. That's why I had to go back and recheck myself. Hey, what up, brother? For Tech Review. Yeah, so and thanks for coming in, my brother. Thanks for catching the stream. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to tell people. You got to be careful because some people just want to be like, oh, this is my first stream, or I've been streaming for a while, but it's my boy. I'm going to go here and take over. And they want to do that all the time. Nah, you got to cut that out. It got to be even balanced so that live stream can go smooth. You don't want that person to talk all the time and then the rest of the audience fall asleep and viewers. Nah, that don't work like that. I don't see having a constant stream time increase in your exposure. Yeah, that makes sense too. And you just gotta, that's why I'm talking about different subject like that. Because live stream is very important. Once you got your skills and good enough interaction, and you got your mic and stuff like that, this is the other level of when you invite people. You need to be careful because sometimes they want to take over, and then they don't let you put. If you talk at an hour, like 5 minutes is a lot. They don't let you. They're like, oh, they think that they the itch. Oh, I'm the boss. I'm the king. I'm taking over. I'm trying to get my shine through you. No, 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 no. I let you on my platform because I thought you was good enough. So let's just break it down and have a rapport and talk and stuff like that. But honestly, some people be like, oh, I'm here. I'm just taking over. That's it. I'm taking over. And they just, hell no. I did that a couple of times. I looked for my mistake. I said no. Because and then that person, people be like, text for your niece. Nano, whatever my nickname was, my real name. He's a sucky ass host. Why should I watch his live stream? If Carlos did a better job, Carlos was for him. Carlos took over when Carlos do a live stream. When Carlos do a live stream, I'm going with Carlos because Carlos had better rapport and better interaction. Louis just stood there in silence and silence and silence. Nah, that don't work like that, brother. Let me fix my glasses. I got something in my eyes. Nah. You gotta have it well balanced because hell no, nobody gonna take over me. That's a mutual respect, but come on, you gotta respect. And the person give you the time. This is your platform. You just want, A lot of people imagine that behind the scenes somebody's lurking. It's a brand and be like, "Oh, I wanted him as a spokesman. He could do a commercial, but I'm not gonna give him the opportunity due to the fact that he got his crispy audio, he got everything on point, but his guest is taking over. He not controlling the narration and stuff like that, and then be like, you lost the opportunity because your fault. I don't know about that, but that's a no. Another thing, mistakes and woes gonna happen. Tech woes gonna happen. Now let's talk about that. How you handle a tech woe. You gotta continue. Two tech woes. My example. I started late, couple of weeks. I don't know. I tried a new method, it didn't work. Then my other thing that I did, I streamed without mic for 1 hour and nobody told me nothing. Thanks for coming in, Shay. Much appreciated. Luis, Luis, are you exactly close to being monetized? I'll let you know right now. I'm close to 760. 760 right now, brother. So I'm up there. Hey, thanks for coming in. Much appreciated. Living your best life. Yeah, because on live streams, you got to know how to handle take woes and stuff like that. You could be streaming and your internet could get down by mistake. I don't know where electricity, and then you could go back. Hop on whatever gadget you got, just hop on. That's why you make sure you get your gadgets charged enough when you start your live stream and stuff like that. Make sure everything's on point. Things will happen. It's how you come out of the other side and how you handle the interruption, the take roll, and stuff like that. Getting flustered, getting frustrated, that's going to penetrate when you come back. If you're able to come back, that's not going to look right on you. No way. So yeah, so definitely, that's just my problem, and that's just what's happening. The thing is that I'm trying to work on different stuff, and that's for everybody else. Donations for my cash app is there. It's not mandatory, but if you want to donate, it'll go all back to the channel. And with that said, thanks. Let's continue the conversation. If you're part of the replay crew, don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe, do all the wonderful things. And everybody that's here, I appreciate it. I'm not leaving. This is going to be an hour. I'm just, appreciate everybody's here. Any questions? Go ahead. Yeah, thanks. Because sometimes people freeze and then people don't know how to counterbalance that when they come back. They'll be flushed and they'll be like, oh, they'll be thinking, oh, what happened? What happened? No, forget it. That was a second ago. You're in the now. Just work on the now and project and do the best you can on the now. Because if not, you're going to break down and then the rest of your stream is not going to be looking pretty good. Oh, good working. I was thinking something way worse. Glad to hear. Oh, okay, you're talking among yourself. So yeah, so that's what I'm trying to tell people. Honestly, you got to know how to, take it with the roll with the punches. So let me recap and reiterate. Start with your basic equipment. You don't have to break your the bank. You can start with your phone. Once your funds come up and you get better of live streaming and doing better stuff and understanding your equipment, then you got to work with yourself. How you projectile, promote, emote, and talk to the camera and stuff like that to get better. So there's stuff like that because that's before I get into that, let me start again. So learn your equipment, and then second is audio. Audio is the key. Without audio, people's gonna leave. Second, work on doing stream by yourself and with others. What I mean by yourself is that you learn a lot from yourself. So I'm doing a recap for those that came in. So you learn how to speak to the camera. That also can translate when you do regular videos, and you could do way better, thing because you've been forced to projectile. Bring in people. It's fun as hell. It's 100%, 200% fun to bring people. Also, don't let the person control your live stream because if, for example, if you got a brand or stuff like that looking at you, right? They're looking at you. They'll be like, oh, I want to see you for who you are. Let me see how he is in the camera. You're doing your live stream, and then you bring Carlos, and Carlos, Carlos taking over, and Carlos is outshining you. Then the brand might be like, oh, I don't want to deal with him. He don't know how to be a spokesperson that I wanted to put him as a spokesperson or do like a little video or something like that for us. We're not gonna hire him because I might hire Carlos because Carlos did a better job on his live stream. They might even hire Carlos, and that's when and that's if you don't know, you don't know, you won't get mad. But if you find out they hire Carlos because Carlos took over your live stream, you'll be like, damn. I gotta be a counterbalance on the live stream. You and your guests gotta have fun. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be both. You can't let the guests take over. And you like, yeah, out of respect, you're supposed to listen, but it's supposed to be a mutual talk among both, back and forth. Can the other person be like, okay, let me talk 20 minutes, and then knowing that it's 1 hour? Hey, thanks for coming in. Thanks for loving mama. Can't wait to hear all about your adventure with the C43. And yeah, hopefully you do a live stream on that. We shall see. So yeah, getting back to the subject, honestly, that's how you got to do it because some people fall in that habit. Yeah, I'm listening, but am I putting input? Then you don't know who's lurking behind. You don't know who's looking. That person might give you that chance. You know what I'm saying? Hey Kennedy, thanks for coming in. Much appreciated. Yeah, so you gotta, you gotta be like, okay, gotta be a rapper back and forth, back and forth, back and forth enough time because you never know who's looking. Another thing, little by little, work on your visuals. Look, I'm working on it. I'm trying to make it better, and little by little. I mean, Rome wasn't built in one day, so you gotta do what you gotta do. There is a lot, but some people will be like, I'm here, and let me give a recap to those that came in. for the person that is live streaming is new or is scared, stuff like that. Yeah, if you're beginning, you're gonna have problems if your first day. Some pick it up fast, some don't. Yeah, for example, let me give a perfect example. My name is Dave for your niece. Thank you for coming in. Um, um, I had a wonderful day. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. See you on the next one. Now ain't nobody gonna come in for that person. Who's that person? Boo! Take him on the stage. He's boring. She's boring. It's boring. Whoever it is. Hell no. You gotta have fun, personable. I know some of us are scared to be on the camera, but the more you do it, it's an object. It's not gonna kill you. What's the point of being afraid? I might be talking to one of y'all on direct or direct to you over here, but you got to know how to have it counterbalance. It's just like that. That's what I tell people. If you have any question, put them out there. I'll answer to my best ability. Um, honestly, it's just fun for me. I like it. Let me change the banner to this one. All right. I'm gonna put this question. What is your biggest fear doing a live stream if you haven't done one for the people that's here? Give me a second, folks. Yeah, so the question is, what is your fear if you haven't done a live stream? Put it in just one word. I'm just curious to know. What is your fear going by yourself if you always go in a group? I like to do it back and forth. So let me see. So Louis, so true. What doesn't kill you make you stronger. That sounds like a Kelly Clarkson song. No, but that's true though. I like that saying. And it's true. Sometimes you gotta hit the record button. It's just an object. That nobody's showing. I'm not. No, because if you promote it early, a couple of days early, a lot of people are gonna show up. I will show up. I mean, I like to be supportive. You're here for me. I'm here for you. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. That's how I roll with myself, and these people are the same because I've been rocking with them for the longest. So yeah, I understand your fear that nobody's there, honestly, but how you gonna know the unknown if you don't try? If you're that scared, you can ask people to be on your first live stream, so you get comfortable, and then the next time you could have people do it yourself. It just yeah. Let me bring my guest in. Um, give me a second. Move him. Put him on the screen. Whoops. Hey, welcome,
Yo,
Marvin. Hey, how you doing, my brother?
yo. Thanks
Yeah,
for
I can
having
hear
me,
you.
Luis.
Yeah, I'm doing good. So, what you think about this subject, brother?
It's good, man. It's
Well, before
y-
we get into it, introduce yourself for those that don't know you, and then we get into the subject. Go ahead.
well, I am Mark, uh, otherwise known as Mark Sequence. Some people call me the DJ. Lifeguard DJ is my handle. Just a guy, I love music, movies, tech, and that's basically it. Checking
Okay.
out the live streaming thing for the first time. So, been on a couple of guest spots. First time being here with you, I believe, right? Yeah, first time.
Yeah, correct.
Well, thank you
But
for
I mean, you've
having
been
me.
guest spot with me on Twitter Spaces.
That's right, and I think
Yeah,
a lot of clubhouse rooms too. So, but
correct.
on camera, on screen,
Yeah,
thanks for having me, man.
no problem, my brother. So what you think? What's your opinion? I'll let you talk because I really talk a lot. So
Man, about live streaming, solo live streaming in general, or hitting
yeah,
record.
in general, just
Yeah,
solo
yeah.
for
Well, what I
people
remember,
taking over.
I mean, what I can relate to is like if we were hanging out, um, if we were hanging out in person, like that's not usually not an issue. When you know you warm up to people warm up to you, and all that jazz. It's a little harder when you get from in person to say phone calls or to online for the first time for people who like are new to Twitter or haven't been on Twitter in like a decade, like like me, to kind of open up and relearn how to be social. I mean, even with or without like the last 2 years to to be like, well, now I'm talking to actual people. Like I'm, instead of being a part of the lurk squad, I'm gonna hop in, or I'm gonna be in the chat, or I'm gonna raise my hand, say like on Clubhouse or Spaces, and request a microphone. I had something to say, so say it. I waited long enough. I'm starting to be comfortable with myself, whether or not they can see me. Just knowing that there's other people there, like that can activate some anxiety that people have. I mean, even hopefully it's more of the good butterflies than the bad ones, because being a fan of music, a fan of art, specifically performing arts, that sort of that nervousness that you get, like I think a lot of people, provided that it's the positive variety, a lot of people like that, so they can kind of keep themselves in that mentality and that state when they're about to go on stage or turn the camera on, whether it's live or not, knowing that there's an audience, right? You're, or at least hoping that there's going to be an audience, and you want to do well. So if you can keep the healthy butterflies, that usually means that you're going to do an okay job. That hey, don't sweat it, break a leg, whatever it is. Whether you're going to sing, whether you're going to dance, talk, get in front of the class, give a presentation, read your report, things like that. So it definitely does take some getting used to, some warming up to it. But I think exposure and practice. You have to want it. You have to you have to just do it. It's okay to be nervous, to be afraid, even to be shy. Some people, if you don't want it, well, then don't go after it. But if you do, then that's definitely something that you should pursue. I think that there's very little that should get in the way of that. I know definitely we're guilty of getting in our own way, right? Hey, Big John. And so, asking a friend or asking, to practice, hey, can I practice my speech or my paper, or, can you look over this clip, before I add it to my timeline or before I post a video, or can you join me? I'll send you a link. I've never used StreamYard before, or whatever the issue is. Like, I want to do good. So, reaching out, being in front of people, whether the people are actually there in the moment or not, is one thing. And then I know that asking for help, sometimes we're too proud, too stubborn, right, to reach out and ask or admit, hey, I don't know how to do this, or I don't know how to do it well. Yeah, true, right. I want to do it well. It's embarrassing. Like, people even to me start like, man, like like I know that sometimes I can like, I could talk forever. Like, oh, this guy, you get nervous, like you don't ever shut up or whatever, like in a good way, right? It's like, well, like me, I
got a question, if you don't mind. Sorry to interrupt you. That I was asking earlier. What happens if you're in a live stream and you're doing it like Apple event, whatever, like a general tech conversation, but you see the other person taking over, and you're not getting your input in there? How would you go about that, breaking the barrier? Because some people they like to take over. They like to be like the star of the thing.
Yeah, you got to. Well, I mean, for example,
you don't want to be rude.
I can't mess with your microphone or your camera as a guest, right? It's your stream, so you do have those tools available. It's a little extreme, but I'm sure it'll work, right? If you just mute the microphone, say, well, hold on, my bad, I had to mute you. Let me get a few points in, and then explain. Not spend too much time on it, but so again, that's another thing that would require practice for you to be able to interject. Hopefully, without the tools that are available to you, but they're there if you need them. Should you need to?
The reason I'm asking, because a brand came to me, right? It was talking to me, small brand, and it told me the reason. It just asked me, can I use you as an example? And they want to talk to me. I got paid for it, but it was not really. They just wanted my input. They don't want no video or nothing. So they were talking about it. They say, what you think about this and that, and they say that this type of person, I did not hire the person because the other person took over. So they hired the person that took over. So the actual host didn't get hired for the gig. They wanted to hire the host, but since the guest was more energetic and more talking, going full force, and they were like, okay, they hired him, and they went to the host and they told him why. And the reason they told the host to let the host know, we're not kicking you down. We're going to hire you for something else. But the reason I'm telling you this is so you can learn from your mistake, so next time won't happen. That's what the brand told. And I got paid for that because they were using me as a case study for live streaming.
So your guest got contacted.
No, don't send me that. They was using me for a case study, but this happened with somebody else.
Okay.
They had like 5 of us, and we all got paid, but it was a case study about live
I get
streaming.
you. I get you. Okay. Well, I mean, it's up to the company who they want to hire, right? So if both of them, if that was something they knew about beforehand, and one gave a better performance than the other, well, or even if it was not a performance, if it was that's how they are, and that aligns with what the company wants, as far as, I mean, just for like using common sense and what I studying business and marketing and all that from way back ago, like a decade ago. Hey, Tech 702. Wow, where was I?
Yeah, go ahead.
KM. Oh, and everyone else in the chat. I actually have to like look over here. I put you guys on the flat screen over here, so because I can right now is just so I can see myself over here on this end. So I haven't looked, but shout out to everyone in the chat. And so as far as like what a brand would want, like what a company would want, like they already know what they want. Like they have, sometimes they'll make their decisions ahead of time, or at least have like a guideline, or maybe even I'm sure the opposite has happened. Man, this guy is a little too energetic, or too, even if it's like not necessarily bad, but just different than from what they want, then that's outside of your control.
Yeah, because that case study, it was weird. We did it for 2 hours, and I learned a lot. They're like, we pick y'all because y'all beginners and y'all not been doing it for a long time, so we want to hear your perspective. And then we're doing the same thing with different groups. They did it with beginners. Intermediates have been doing it for like 2 years, live streaming. Then they did it with people that are doing it 5 years. It was I learned a lot from that, because they told they give me pointers. They say you're doing a great job, but they was giving samples for other people. They're ruining the opportunity by letting others take over. And I was sad, but but it was a good experience. I mean, I'm glad that I said yes to it, because they broke it down. They showed our video. They showed our rapport, how we move from camera, how we talk, how we jumped. If you fidgety all the time, and this is no bueno, talking always with your hands. So
yeah, I mean, I'm sure there can be too much of a good thing, the same way there's obviously too much of a bad thing. Like if something requires use of your hands, like or like whatever would, I guess whatever's natural, because everyone has like that threshold of what, like if it's too much, if it's too distracting, or depending on what the video is. Again, it's case by case.
But if you like this all the time, no bueno.
Well, maybe that's opinion, preference. Again, maybe that's not your type of content, like presenter, creator person.
And that's why, and it was very, very, very interesting, because each video was 5 minutes of us, and then every 1 minute they'll stop and they'll critique, and then I'll break it down. Well, you did good with your guests. You did not let the guests control the audience. It was 50%. You was engaging. You was not scared. You was looking at the camera. You was personable, and you was giving value and feedback, and that's just you came natural. So I was happy with my feedback. But some people got bad feedback. I thought they're bad, But that's on the learning process. It's called constructive criticism. The more you know about yourself, the more better you get.
That's true. Yeah, practice makes perfect. If it's something you want to get good at, sure, right? I mean, even if you don't, I guess if you practice, you'll get better. Anyways.
That's true. And there's some people that have done mistakes, because with the new iPad, you got the center stage. Be careful, because if you're over here, make sure over here is clean in case something happens.
Presentable for sure. Presentable. Yeah, camera ready.
If your camera move, oops, and they see all your mess.
Yeah, I mean, you guys probably can't see it, but everywhere along. Well, I still don't get how it goes, but basically all around me, right off camera where you guys can't see, filthy. I got stuff everywhere, man.
Yeah, put it this way too. Yeah,
widens the shot. This guy.
Yeah.
Well, I was ready for the wide shot. They give you the preview when you go before you check your audio, check your thing before I actually come backstage. So I made sure this is the boundary I was talking about. Outside of that, it's a mess. Remember, I have a cat, so I got that.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I don't find it that difficult. The first 2 days, I was all messed up. But then I had a pet talk to my son. I said, no. Even right now, I could perform a blog in front of people. I could do it. I don't get scared. Because I was blogging, teaching how to blog my friend. and I was, I'm from Boston. I was in Harvard, close to the Harvard University. I would log in front of everybody with his camera. I'm like, this is how you doing? What's wrong? And you just talking to the camera. Whoever's want to be behind you, say hi. Just let them roll with the punches. As long as you're not doing nothing bad, not hurting nobody, why you should be scared of an object? Now, if I'm public speaking, that when I fail a lot. That's a different story for me.
Nervousness, I would imagine, like with anything. I mean,
yeah.
Like, sure, you don't know those people, but just, I mean, for me, at least I can relate, because to me, I'm, self-aware, self-conscious, maybe too much, where I'm like, how do I look? How does what I'm doing look? How could it be perceived as within a threshold? It's not as bad as it used to be for, I think hopefully
you do a wonderful job.
That people grow out of that
how
phase.
Many live stream you've been on. People find you,
what is this?
With you.
What is this? A seventh or eighth? I'm almost up to double digits. Yeah, and then like as far
not
as
only in video, also on audio.
Yeah, that's true. Now I think the other question that I usually get is like, when am I? Hey, knock it off. Your cat's trying to knock some stuff down. She knows I'm distracted. The next question usually that I'll get is like, when am I going to do? First it was, when are you going to upload your first video? And you should have at least something there, so that when people go there, it's not empty. It's something there.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I did that, and like, hey, so when's your next video? Like, oh, when are you going to stream on your own? I was like, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Like, there's no real rush. And I mean, it's something that I do want to do, and it's going to be fun. But
you don't have to do it by yourself. Just bring a bunch of people and then do the second one by yourself.
Way. Or like how kind of like yours was today, where it was like the first half was you, right, and about the topic, and then discussion, and then maybe a little bit of saying hi to everyone in the chat, and then second half could be guest and discussion or open. So I'm thinking of because I know everyone does have like their own way, and I'm wondering like, well, what am I gonna have my own way? Am I I don't want to like overthink it and plan it too much more than I've already happened, because I think the first stream I hopped on already was what is that, 2 weeks? 2 weeks ago since I did the first one, so coming up on a month since I've like officially jumped in or started doing stuff on camera.
Yeah, and I tell people honestly, I mean, like the saying go, Rome was not built in one day. You get better with time. Let me go back.
Yeah, I think they took a week for Rome. So if I that's my rule. If I'm not good at something after a week, I stop.
But how you gonna know if you want video away from your success?
Tech 702. What are you saying in the chat? What are you telling people?
Yeah, I don't know.
Actually, he was stream number 2, but it was the same day. So my first day of guest starring on other people's live streams, other channels, he was day 1. So you can say that. I'll get you a sticker or a button. You let me know what you want, Tech. Anything for you.
What is this? So I'm cloud chasing?
I think well, I've asked some people, I'm like, what the hell is cloud? Like, it sounds like, I guess like swagger jacking, where someone else writing someone's coattails, I think, is like the older
that's what it is.
thing, right? Yeah. So someone's fame or someone's wave or what have you. What's the word? Hitching my trailer or something like that, right? You hitch your trailer to someone else's something or other. This guy. Hey, chat, just ignore him. I think he'll stop if you ignore him.
Yeah, but honestly, I mean, I try to keep it as professional as I can on the live stream because of the brand thing that I learned. Because you don't never know who's lurking, and they could give you a good paycheck. Which that's one thing that I learned from that 2 hours of study. They use us as a study case, and then they give us feedback on what we was doing and how was from day first to day now. How you appearance, it doesn't matter, and everything. To a certain extent, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. After a certain point, then that's just it stops being constructive for sure.
Yeah, but so it's a lot of good stuff here and there. I've seen people that done live stream for the first time, like Oscar. He did a good job for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yep. So, that was really good. Even though he lied, he said he wasn't going to have anybody on for a couple weeks, and then we all know how that went.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes you do that. Sometimes you're like, oh, today I don't feel like being alone. If you want somebody to come in, sometimes I'll say, put the word invite, and I'll send you the link. Never put the link, because that's the wrong thing I did once. on the chat. I just say put the word invite. If I think you qualify enough, then I invite you. Because remember, that's your live stream, that's your reputation. Like
Right.
I see you too as my portfolio for business outside of YouTube. I can't, having a bad portfolio. You know what I mean? So, yeah, these people, I don't know. These people going crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. For how's my audio? I forgot to ask you because
the audio is good.
I can hear myself, but I don't know how you hear it. You know what I mean? Because it's just
Yeah,
running my
I
own.
hear you clear.
It runs my own audio over here, but not into the dongle into the iPad to StreamYard, and then whatever you're listening to me on. So I don't know how it sounds.
I'm using my Rode mic.
Okay, is that the square one? Is that square one?
Yeah, that square one. I'm using the part 2.
Is that like $300, dude?
Yeah, that's one that I bought.
That's the same as this. Obviously, that's lighter. Way lighter.
Yeah, but the thing is, with this portable one, I like the portability, and
what's
I can move everywhere. I'm not confined. I can put in my camera, my phone, so it's more versatile. So
yeah, obviously you can't flip. I guess you could, but it would be heavy. Like you can get remember those old hip hop necklaces? You you could get a thick enough chain, and I guess you could have it here, but I don't know about that.
Because
it's the same price. I think this is $299 also.
Everything in my camera on my actual computer. I got a boom arm and everything, but it just every time I sit there, I'm behind my bed. So I'm tired of people seeing that in my live streams, so I move.
I wasn't tired of seeing it, but granted, I didn't catch many of your live streams when I was starting.
Yeah, back in the days, my bed was always there.
My bad for that, but I didn't mind it. I wasn't sick of it yet. One thing maybe. I mean, I know. Like every room, every person's gonna be limited to the room you're in. Obviously, and I have it's sent a certain way even for me because I'm like, what looks best? Like before I hop on, maybe more this way or more this way. Does that look okay? I think I remember when you were first talking about moving some stuff around, and then I hadn't seen what you decided on until I think your last stream, and I wanted to ask this. So that's obviously a wall behind you, right? And you're in a corner.
Yeah, correct.
You have another wall right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that? Do you have any other I guess so. I know you wanted to avoid your bed, but do you have another kind of area where you can stop the frame at the bed, so to give you a little more depth?
Because
right now it feels like you know what I mean. It feels like I can touch the wall behind you because it's right next to you.
Yeah,
so
I'm touching my bed.
Just a thought.
I mean, I'm in a small apartment. That's why.
Maybe I did tell you. I forgot. I think I was saying because I mean, just from what I've seen and comparing different streams, what looks not that I guess there's the ones that look okay, right, and then the ones that look better or more neat with stuff going around. Usually, it's where you have your back to the room, not your back to the wall, to at least give you space, give the camera space. You can stand out on the background, so I can tell that you're on the foreground. You don't need all the the blurring or anything like that, but I think even sometimes any camera will naturally have some of that, and the more distance that you do give it, the more that's apparent.
Yeah, because if I flip this over, you'll see my closet. So it's a no. It's a no-go.
Do you have you have a closet that closes? You can close it?
Yeah, no, I get
I don't.
And it's
Mine's
all
open.
weird.
I don't have that
I'll
yet.
send you a picture later. We'll discuss it later. If you give me better ideas.
Yes, Savage. Depth of field. Exactly. Right. So that so that you can tell that I'm not my background. Yeah. So there's more, stuff
depth of field
on. Yeah. It just also another. I think at least for me, what it did is it did two things. It allowed as a viewer like me to kind of whether I wanted to stop listening or whatever. It gives me something to look at. Or while I am listening, similarly to how some people doodle in class during a lecture, that's one way of even if they're not taking notes. For some people, note taking works. Some people know. For other people, just doodling or scribbling or drawing during a lecture, that doesn't mean necessarily that they're not paying attention. I had a friend that did that in class, and he would get better than me and some of the tests, right? So just for that, I guess passive listening. So you can still be listening to whatever the stream is about or video. If I'm even looking oh, what's that in the background? Is that something I recognize? Or, oh, that's pretty cool. Or, and then come back to the speaker or when the topic changes. So that's helped, I've seen it from both ends now too.
Yeah, because I'm planning to get one more item I got my logo on a big ass curtain, and I also trying to get a clock that is my logo. So
Okay.
to put in the background. So I'm
Yeah.
working little by little.
What about your back to the corner? And then how far can you go? Even just a couple of feet would help.
Yeah, to move forward.
Yeah, and then have like how
Yeah.
me I have my back directly to I think right here is a corner. So it's a little off. I get I try to avoid symmetry. It's pretty easy because like it's a converted attic, so like all the walls are all messed up anyways. But as far as like my back is like a little bit away from but towards a corner. So if you could make more room for yourself and just push stuff out another foot or a couple feet, I think that might help too. And in addition to the stuff that you're gonna add, like you said, you were gonna put stuff, something here and something there, clock or whatever, that it'll look nice. At least something to try. You don't have to like do an actual stream with it.
Yeah, let me see if I could find Let me see if I can find something. Give me a second. I'm trying to look up. Take over for a second. Look if I can find the clock.
All right. Also, should I redo my? Let me see. Let's see what the chat's doing. Should I redo my intro? Because I was still checking, making sure I had enough light. I know that was an issue last time, but I forgot to give myself the. There we go. Oh, you're too kind. Thank you. Thanks. So there's that. How'd I do?
Thing. My bad. Yeah, you did good. Give me a second.
Sure. Take your time.
This is what I'm buying. That's a clock.
That's so. Does it light up, or is it just? Are you gonna have a light on it?
I could buy LEDs and put it and behind it, and can fix all that. So that's what I'm doing.
That'll be cool. Background. That looks good.
I already got that curtain, but I gotta work on the curtain.
I see in the chat that Savage said the Black Lab. He told me he said that I guess he could shoot the other way, and it's the opposite. It's like a nice, like bright, clean. I don't know if he painted it white. I haven't seen it yet, but he said like it's the opposite. He has flip the camera over. It's an abyss, and flip the camera the other way. It looks like a regular, office or research room, or I don't know what the whole, what the idea is there. But that's pretty cool that he basically has two rooms in one, or two backdrops in one. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a work in progress. I mean, I'm just trying to get better.
Did you see this there? Your streams are terrific and fun. What a compliment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's thanks. That's what you got to do. I mean, sometimes you work what you got, you work the way up,
Hell yeah. That's right. And as far as like
so the clock idea, I love it because it's my logo. It's an actual clock, and then I could wrap around LEDs and stuff like that and make it work. So that'll be another nice bonus to be in the camera. Yeah, because I already settled which camera I'm getting in the future, so I'm just waiting to get the funds for that camera.
Good, as long as you upgrade your skills first.
Yeah, because I already had a mirrorless camera. It just broke. So I have the Panasonic Lumix G7.
What'd you do? Did you look right into the lens?
Yeah, the lens. The lens. I could put it in right, but it's screwed wrong. So the focal length is like this. I can't do nothing else. So the ring around broke.
That sucks, man. That sucks.
And guess what? That's the same time that I bought this kit.
Okay. The kit.
The same day I was testing it, it broke.
Can you only use it for that camera, or cameras?
This I could use it for phone, camera, tablet, everything.
Oh, okay.
So it's a multi-faceted tool. So,
I know but in case other people don't know, for like how I mentioned, like I have the my 2012 15-inch MacBook Pro here on the side, so that I have like the YouTube on this stream on it, and then the chat over here on the larger screen, so I can actually see it easier without because it's kind of small, and I want to be able to see for reference what it looks like if we were watching it, right? And then over here is my monitor for you and I, and I'm using right now just the built-in camera. So that's how I've been doing all of my zooms and all that for the last 2 years. So that's worked so far for me. I don't know if it's warm or hot. I don't know until after when I grab it and bring it back over here, because over there I have it elevated on a little the box for this thing, because it's like I like the height that it's at to give me this angle. So
Yeah, so I just been working with my phone lately, doing some stuff and the little that I could, and trying to teach people, because people are they want to learn how to use their mobile to the best ability. Older people, so I'm getting income through that. But okay, you want to get your best out of your mobile? Here, I'll teach you class. Here's 5 people. If I know them, because I'm COVID. I'm not gonna take a chance with COVID. I got
right,
so
yeah.
that's what I've been doing lately. So yeah, I'm gonna stay here to 15 more minutes, and then I'm gonna close it out. So yeah, so it's live streams are good because if you're a beginner, it also gives you the ability to rack up your hours so you can get monetized faster too.
Yeah, that's true. I read in the chat you're close. You're almost there, or how much more do you need?
760
760 what?
Subscribers.
You're at 760, or you need?
No,
I
I'm
don't.
at
I don't know
760.
anything about that, so I don't. You're gonna have to explain to me.
Yeah, because let me explain. 1,000 subscribers. That's the first requirement. Second, you got to do 4,000 hours. And once you get that,
Right.
you get a notification.
The view time, right? Total view time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So the 4,000 hours is watch time from your viewers.
So they imagine it as once you get 1,000 subscribers and 100% of them watch 4 hours each total
yeah,
of content. Yeah, either of new, different content, or watch the same 1 hour stream 4 times or whatever. Maybe maybe it's a live stream they really enjoyed. That makes sense to me, but that seems kind of like a lot.
Now that you said that, I want to tell you something. You don't think you're gonna get paid fast. You gotta make $100. So if you make 99, you will not get paid. They'll add it to next month until you make the $100.
But it doesn't disappear, which is at least good, because I know there's some pay structures where some stuff disappears if you don't reach a certain amount within a time limit. I believe
threshold.
Yeah, I think selling cars. I think sometimes you have to, if you don't do a minimum, then you'll owe against your draw depending on what the draw was. So it's like they loan you. It's like they loan you your salary, and you got to sell cars to meet that, according to how it's broken down of whatever your percentage, 20 or 30% of the profit that they sell the car, you sell the car for against that. Otherwise, instead of a paycheck, you'll get a bill.
Yeah.
Kind of
another thing that I was going to
incredible.
tell you, if you under the requirement, the new rules, I don't like it. They still could play ads on your videos, and YouTube still could get paid. So before, you got to meet the threshold, and then you get ads put on your video, and you get paid for your ads, right?
Yeah.
But now, say I do a video tomorrow, an example, and they're playing that, I would not get paid. YouTube get paid for that. So
damn.
Sucks, but that's the way YouTube's doing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that YouTube implemented these rules, because back in the days, anybody could get monetized, but then people was not taking advantage. So that's why they changed the rules. They're trying to weed out the garbage for the good.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was planning to do a Twitter space maybe later or tomorrow. So
yeah,
I'll let you know.
Was I supposed to like this? Did you want me to like it?
Why not? It helps.
I'm making sure. I figured I'd ask you.
Yeah. So. I mean, and also people think that the like button is the most important thing. No, it's not. It's engagement. It's watch time. The most important for YouTube. Something that I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yeah, but I'm sure likes help to achieve that.
Yeah, it helps. But look, let me give you a perfect example. This person, he already said it. Tanner sold it. 300 subscribers. He got a brand deal with Verizon. No, not Verizon. Comcast, Xfinity Mobile. It don't matter your subscribers. It matters how you portray yourself in front of the camera.
Right.
At 300 subscribers, he said it. He talked about it. Xfinity Mobile, when they opened, he was the first ambassador for them.
Damn.
So you just got to play your cards. You do everything correct, and people see your work, and you act to be not just only because they researched where he been working before. He was a YouTuber and all that, and they like who you are. They tell you, look at me. I was 400 when I did the study. for the live stream, 400, and I got paid some good cash for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just answering some questions about live streaming and critiquing my live stream. It was fun, and I learned from that company. The company just wanted to make sure that, just talk about it because they was thinking going into live streaming and doing stuff like this. So it's just easy. I really don't find too much heart in the camera. I don't know. At the beginning, yeah, the first week, but then after that, I had the pet talk and I said, it's just an object. What the heck? I'm afraid of that object. It's not killing me. Why be anxiety?
Yeah, if that was if that's your way that you did and it worked for you, then that's good. Other people have, I would recommend experimenting with different stuff. I know, like one of the classics is, imagine everyone, in their undergarments or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Whatever the thing, basically like don't think about it is, I think, one of the roots of it. And there's another thing I was gonna say. Acoustical treatment for the room you're in. I know, especially it's amplified when you're in a corner. So have you thought of that to reduce that reverb getting picked up
notes
by your microphone? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking notes and everything. I've been taking notes.
Yeah, that'll help. That'll clear because it's a good microphone that you have. That's a good one. I've read on it and I've seen and heard other people use it. And so, but again, the room that you're in, bare walls, usually, especially corners, can amplify that unwanted, basically,
reverb. That?
Oh yeah, reverb.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it's good because I got a bunch of notes and everything, and when you press up, how elongated is the gum, the style, the format. I mean, the frame of the gum. There's some panels like that, and what some people done with those panels, people had drawn logos, stuff like that to those panels, and then they put it on the wall.
Or different colors, and you can do whatever, really.
Because they bought it plain, and then they pay somebody else to draw and do whatever.
Okay, well that's custom. That sounds like unless you are getting a favor or if they're your friends, that sounds expensive.
Yeah, but that's the thing that I wanted, because if my niece come down, she did 2.5 years of graphic design, but she could draw, and that's what I'm trying her to get if she come down here for vacation to do. Because that'd be awesome.
Hire her to do some work for the channel.
Yeah, she could draw people and everything. I just sometimes be like, she's talent wasted sometimes. Oops, don't hear me. Because sometimes she watch my things, she'll get mad, my live streams. But she's very talented. So.
That's good, man.
But she didn't finish. She transferred from that major to psychology, but she did 2.5 years of graphic design. She could draw. She's been drawing since a little kid.
Yeah, that's.
She'll look at you. She'll draw you.
Those are the classes that I missed out on because, you can only take so many right at the same time or back to back. So what my focus was to be. Cat's trying to kill me over here. She's hungry already. Was to be in the literally it was called audio and video production, which is what I'm certified in. But those classes were taught next to multimedia, which included graphic design and web design, UI. Even like if you were to go down, like the other side of the building would be where they're actually building the stuff, right? Like making the programming and codes, right? The code that goes into it, up the behind the scenes stuff. And so that's something that I like. Even something as easy like, for two reasons. One, I don't like editing my photos because that's not like what I saw when I wanted to take a picture. I'm like, hey, look at this. This looks cool. Whether it's a sunset or a tree or an animal, whatever. Pull my phone out, tap on it, get the focus, and then take that that quick picture because I want the most accurate representation of what I actually saw, which is why I wanted to take the picture of, right. And so that's basically what it was. Savage is a vocational school. So you'll have, and each of the different corners of the campus, though each of the wings was split up into like kind of similar professions. So you would have, say, automotive on one end, medical and vet stuff on the other, culinary, catering, baking would be all in the cafeteria, right? And then you'll have law enforcement, I think business and administration, stuff like that, marketing in a different one. So it was neat.
You want to hear a funny thing?
What's up?
I went to similar school. It's a vocational school. The
Yeah, but
first year you get your trade school, everything, and then you pick. For the past 3 years, I picked TV production. But it was old fashioned because I'm an older person. I'm a 70 kid, so we had the big 8BH tapes and all that. So it was
right.
not
Yeah.
like today's standard.
We used the smaller ones. I forget what they're called. Again, this was a decade ago. So
Yeah.
that was the little miniature cassette.
Imagine I graduated in 1992. So
Why'd you do
I'm an old
quotes?
person. Yeah. So yeah. So my school was like that. You get trained everything the first year training everything, and then you do a meeting before you leave school for the next 2 years. You'll take your career. So either you do a whole week on your career, and then the next week you do academics, and you go back and forth. Because
Yeah,
before it was half and half. In the morning you get academic, but
that's what it was for me. Half and half. Yeah, split.
we did it like that the first year, my second year, and then they said no. People was complaining because they didn't like it like that because it was not learning enough. So they did it week in, week out.
Yeah, so that would be back to what I was saying as far as like editing and stuff like that. Like other than like the default stuff that you can do on your phone or another like app and stuff, I never really got into, and I think that might be what's next for me for graphic design, to like mess with, Photoshop or what is it, Lightroom. What's that other? There's some like a few good ones out there that I know most of you guys and the other creators we talk to like to use, and so that's going to be what's next for me to like create, just even for fun, like thumbnails and like to experiment with text and graphics and layers and stuff like that. So that'll be cool.
Because currently right now, they got different. You need to go to the route of Photoshop. You could use Canvas. You could just pick Monkey. Those are more easier, and you could produce the same quality and much faster. So you don't have to, because I try to learn Photoshop, but I had a subscription, but it was too much money monthly, so I decided to cut down on that. So
that's another thing too, cost, and not just your time or the learning curve that it would take to learn something new. Some of these aren't free, or
because Canvas free, you could do a lot with Canvas.
Or the free version. Sometimes I know that what they like to do is limit stuff, so that's another thing.
Yeah. And I'm surprised with Canvas. Canvas is so much for free that you be like, wow. It's just, you'll be like, wow, all this you could do amazing. Like, if you put Canvas and you look at what people produce and watch a video, you'll be like, oh, okay. It's Canvas, CANVA.
Yeah, don't forget to point out that none of the brands or companies that we're pointing out are sponsors.
Oh yeah, it's true. They're not sponsored. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
See, you're pro at it. See,
pick this stuff, right? Yeah, I know. I watch and see one of the things that even jokingly part of my what was it? I think it's on Clubhouse, and then I think I don't know if I added it to the Twitter one, but because everyone would put what their titles are or what their titles were, and what they do for this company, that company, or if they're in business for themselves, and titles. Mm-hmm. I put professional content consumer. So definitely, by having been put so much time, the last 2 years to watch TV and streaming and YouTube and all of that stuff is I guess also it's a little unfair because I wouldn't be like the average viewer or consumer of it, because I did go to school for this stuff. So again, like when you get curious or like, oh, I want to see like how a song is made, or how do you shoot a commercial, or how do you write for a movie, or like what's the script, or what's
that's a good app
for storyboarding and stuff. So I wanted to see like all that, and then you kind of can't go back to that. Anytime even a commercial pops up, you're still kind of judging it, right? You're scanning it, analyzing it, because of that education that you have, that training where they're like, I need you guys to
I do that all the time.
Identify this, and you see that, I'm like, oh, that's that wasn't there, and you see continuity is broken all the time, and so things like that. Even just watching that like now, because you can't ever like, that's what happens when you're educated, right? It's like, unless you hit your head stupid hard multiple times, it's going to stick with you. And then you're like, well, I wanted to learn movie magic, and I peeked behind the curtain. Now I know how the sausage is made. And it's like, man, everything's a lie. But if it's done well, then you're able to kind of, in a nice way, trick the viewer, right? That's the whole point of world building and creating suspension of disbelief, that what you're watching is fake. So you at least want it to be done well. And when it's done well, you're able to kind of pause and step into the story, watch the story, whatever the point is, or right, and then or the journey, right, and then step back out of it and like, oh, that was good, and then have it be subjective at that point.
Yeah, and you know what else I learned that I was discussing this with other people for the past month ago, that TV production and YouTube production is different. You know how we like the slow pan and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
Stuff like that. They don't use that on regular movies and stuff like that. You know how you go slow and you pan like this, and you sometimes
mean like a slow pan into a fast pan or a quicker pan? What do you mean?
No, like for example, you know how they got the frame rate that goes like 120 and then goes slow, like like the phone got it, the iPhone got it, like time lapse and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
Some of the stuff are not really used on traditional movies like that, because you got to think this is YouTube.
Maybe not
production.
often, but it's used. Oh, I mean, I watch enough movies that I see it.
Because I forgot what professional person producer was talking. It was online. He was talking about it, that people think they're coming from the YouTube world to the TV world, because some of them get famous. It's not the same recording. It's totally different.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, there's tricks I think that you can take from one to the other, the same way that you take from the other to the first one. Some stuff doesn't fit too well. Some stuff will fit maybe even better. You're like, whoa, why didn't I think of this? Or let me try this thing. That's part of the fun of the creative process, is that you have this problem and you want to solve it, with cameras, microphones, and lights and all that stuff.
And with that said, I want to end the ship. I want to say thank you for coming in.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for being awesome. And everybody that is here, thank you for rocking with me. Everybody as a content creator, just check their channel, subscribe. And with that said, I'll see you same time, same channel next week. With that said, peace, much love, everybody.
Later, guys.